fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NFL Pregame Party. It's Thanksgiving week. Yes, it is time to get that. It's the stretch when everything is decided. The playoffs basically start this week.
Playoffs?
Yes, playoffs. Playoffs. We just want to win another game. Jim Moore, awesome.
And
good
John.
to see you guys. Good morning. How you doing? I've been up
Good.
for a while now. Shouldn't have been because I've worked all damn weekend. It was fun, though. I get to meet all those people out at the Bossier Civic Center. If you didn't make it by there, too bad. You missed a good time. Anyway, yeah, good to see you guys. How you doing this morning, Knock?
Doing okay.
Yeah, you got your coffee in you and all that stuff?
I don't drink coffee.
You don't?
Nope. Never have.
Oh, I see. Okay. John, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay.
You are all redded out, man. It's starting to hurt my eyes, all that red. I just don't know if I can handle it. But you're looking good, man. Looking good. It's good to see you
Breaking
guys.
news. Aaron Rodgers is out versus the Bears.
What?
Just popped.
Oh, boy.
Literally just popped.
It means that Mason Rudolph will be their backup plan.
Which he actually didn't look that bad.
Yeah, you know. I mean, if that defense keeps playing that way, as long as they play smart, you know. But can you really count on Mason Rudolph? Can you? Oh, I don't believe you can. But anyway, we're going to cuss and discuss. Right now, though, we got to check the chat and see who's here. And Gridiron Masters is here early this morning. He says howdy. So it is time to check out the college football scene with the Knockster. Go ahead, my man. Get started.
I'm gonna speed through this because there wasn't really a crazy amount of games.
It was
I want to talk more about scenarios, so
right. And I got to say, and he's going to touch on it, the SEC should feel embarrassed scheduling some of these games at the end of the season. They really should.
Yeah, I think they were getting their last easy ones in since they're changing to 9 conference games next season instead of 8. So hopefully we won't have this again, but we'll see.
Right.
But anyways, starting with Tuesday, Western Michigan, who is number 1 in the MAC right now, gets their win. So their next week they're winning into their championship game. So good for them. Okay. Ohio's still trying to get into there, beat UMass. UMass hasn't won a game this year, so yeah, not much there, but they get the win. Big game in the MAC for these two, Buffalo and Miami. Miami, Ohio gets the win. Good for them. Central Michigan's trying to stay in it. They're also get a win, so they're 5-2. A lot of 5-2s in the MAC. I'll tell you that, and I'll show that in a bit. Thursday night, Louisiana came. This was interesting. Louisiana came back to keep their bowl eligible still alive, which I will also cover in a little bit.
Okay.
This was a big game.
How many you got to win? 6?
6
okay.
Against, and you can only have 1 FCS. I don't think there's really any teams that play 2 FCS schools anymore. I think that's pretty much in the past. But yeah, so you can only count 1 FCS against that.
Gotcha.
The only weird ones are Army and Navy, because if they get 6-6 and that sixth win is in that Army Navy game, it doesn't count.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
and I'm going to show that or explain that here in a little bit too when I get to the bowl eligibility stuff.
Okay.
Florida State gets taken down by NC State. NC State gets their bowl win, and Florida State tumble still continues. Always fun to see. Hawaii, unfortunately, could not beat UNLV Friday night. Sad
Oh,
about this. They're
man.
still 7-4. They're going to a bowl, but I was hoping that they would, continue pushing for that Mountain West.
Right.
But UNLV 9-2, they've had a pretty good season, so they're vying for that second spot in the Mountain West championship game. Saturday, Boise State kept their hopes alive for the Mountain West with a good win over Colorado at home. Ohio State beat up Rutgers. No biggie there. Here we go. Texas A&M and Samford. Yeah. Georgia and Charlotte. Yeah. This was a decent game.
Yeah, I mean,
USC,
that's what I'm talking about, those cheap-ass games.
Yeah. USC and Oregon. Oregon at home was offense just couldn't get stopped, and they're hurting right now. Their wide receivers are really beat up in Oregon, so they had to rely more on the run game. And in the end, they just USC's defense, which has been better, they're still not that great, so they couldn't stop Oregon, even with them being beat up a little bit. So Oregon pretty much solidifies their assuming they win next week. I don't think they have a hard opponent. We'll check that here in a second, but they've pretty much stamped their spot, and USC is pretty much out of it now.
Yes, which makes all things right in the world.
And unfortunately for John, Missouri could not do much against Oklahoma's defense. They were in control of this game for a quarter and a half, and then a couple turnovers, and Oklahoma scored in like 2 minutes, completely changed the game, and then still 14-6 at half. Both defenses kind of just, it was a slugfest in the second half.
Yeah.
Not much happened there. So,
sorry, John.
Yeah, Oklahoma's pretty much in, assuming they win next week as well. So yeah, Notre Dame, the only 70-7. The only thing I'll say about this game that's fun is Notre Dame had 21 and up without their offense even on the field. It was two pick sixes and a punt return for a touchdown. Their first offensive series, I think there was one pass for a first down, and then a 50-yard run by Jeremiah Love. Yep. Yeah. I learned his name this week. So.
Right.
And it's right there, too. That helps.
That's the way it usually goes in a 70-point blowout. The defense almost scores as often as the offense does. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because he got 171 yards. He could have ran for probably like 500 yards. But I didn't watch the game because I don't watch blowouts generally.
Yeah.
When the score is like 35 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter, when you're up that much, you don't play your starters in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably did that in the first half, and then they just benched him for the rest of the game, which happened a lot to Genty last year, which is why or a couple years ago, which is why he didn't probably win the Heisman over.
Right.
Anyway, Alabama, Eastern, yeah. BYU gets a big win over Cincinnati. Cincinnati unfortunately fell off pretty hard the last couple of weeks. Some tough losses, but BYU is right on that playoff bubble, trying to get in there. So they definitely needed the win. This was a great game to watch. This is vintage Big 12 football right here. Kansas State and Utah.
Wow.
47-51. Utah just pulled it out in the fourth. They were down by 2 scores and managed to pull back in the fourth quarter and get the win. So it looked pretty bad there for a second there for Utah, because Kansas State, I think, ran for about 400 yards on the ground, if not more. 400 yards rushing, and they had 300 of that, I think, in the first half. So it was ridiculous. Like, Utah was just giving up every run. You could do whatever you wanted. So, but Utah needed that to stay in. They're also on the playoff bubble right there. So they needed that win. Yep. Miami gets a win over Virginia Tech. Miami they have a slim chance, like really, really slim chance of making ACC. So they need to get in it at large. They're right on the bubble too. So it's going to be tough to try to get
I
them.
tell you what, those 2 losses they took, strength of schedule wise, they hurt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's if you look back at it, they're not powerhouse teams they lost to.
And there's a lot of talk between Miami and Notre Dame because Miami beat Notre Dame.
Whoo!
So, but Notre Dame's losses were to Miami and to Texas A&M.
Who's undefeated? So yeah, their strength of schedule.
So
yeah, I can see where the problem's going to be. Yeah,
it's kind of weird, right? Because
which one counts more, head to head, or strength of schedule?
Yeah,
right.
And they're giving Notre Dame the benefit of the doubt because of Miami, but Miami beat them. But they're giving them the credit for the Miami loss because Miami's so good. So it's like, okay, you're saying Miami's good without saying they're good enough, even though they beat them. So it's a weird. That's for the committee to decide. Vanderbilt rolls over Kentucky. To keep their slim hopes alive. They're number 14. Again, another bubble. They might miss the playoffs. So a lot's just going to have to shake out for them to get in. Georgia Tech, our big upset of the day. Georgia Tech just kind of fell off, unfortunately.
I saw some of that game when I was sitting down to dinner. I was like, my God, they're beating the brakes off of them. What is going on here?
Yeah. So this and Georgia Tech almost, they came back, but then there was a big this one right here, this last touchdown for Pittsburgh really put the nail in the coffin. Georgia was trying to get the ball back and just let a huge run get out, a huge touchdown play happen. So it became too much for them. Texas gets the win 52-37 over Arkansas. Now everyone's saying this is the Arch Manning that we all thought he was. But I mean, Arkansas sucks. So,
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
consider
Texas, I mean, they'd have to win 52-10 over Texas A&M next week to get in, to even have a shot.
And that's not going to happen.
I don't know if that'll happen or not, but yeah. Michigan keeping their slim hopes alive. Unfortunately, they got a big date next week. We'll go over that. But Michigan gets the win over Maryland, Tennessee over Florida, Illinois. I don't know who keeps ranking Illinois, but they need to stop. Illinois got beat by Wisconsin. Wisconsin sucks this year. Stop ranking Illinois.
Stop trying to make Illinois a thing.
They're not. They've lost to everything. Anyways, Houston, unfortunately for them, I like Houston, but they keep losing every time they're ranked as well. TCU gets the better of them, gets the field goal in the fourth quarter. Not much happened in the last period there. Tulane keeps their hopes alive. They are, the CFP likes them. The analytics are not giving them the best chance. I think that's mainly because of the road they got to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the ESPN analytics think they're going to win the American. I think that's why there's a difference between the percentages and what the CFP thinks, because CFP has them in the top 25. Arizona State gets the win over Colorado. Poor Colorado. This was a fun game. It doesn't mean a whole lot outside of who's getting a bowl game, but Minnesota and Northwestern went down to the wire, 38-35. This was a very fun game. And I think Northwestern had to come back in this one to get the lead. A little bit of comeback, not a big one. SMU keeps their ACC hopes alive with a win over Louisville. This was a big win for them for the ACC. Wake Forest quietly having a pretty decent season, 8-3. They don't really have much hope in the ACC playoffs, unfortunately, with their 2 losses. But, 8-3, not bad. No. Iowa State, rough season for them. They get a win over Kansas. Army, this one hurt to watch. You can see here 12 points in the fourth quarter for Tulsa. Army, with 3 minutes to go, with the ball, decides to pass it. They decided to pass it. Now, Army's been trying to integrate the passing game a little bit more, and it worked. There were some good plays in the past, but why in the hell, with 3 minutes to go, would you pass the ball when you're up 2 scores? Well, they decided to find out, and they fucked around. And so Army, fortunately, could have gotten a bowl eligible this week, but unfortunately they have to wait till next week to try to play UTSA, who has beaten the brakes off of 2 teams recently. Mm-hmm. One being Tulane and someone else. I forget who. It'll show here in a second. James Madison keeps their hopes alive. They had to slug out one versus Washington State, But James Madison now 10-1. They get the win there. And then Arizona having not a bad season either, 8-3 in the Big 12. Their 3 losses were to Big 12 opponents, so they're not really in it as far as that goes. Baylor's still trying to get a bowl spot. So let's see here. 8 Dominion, 8-3, not bad. Auburn, played Mercer. It was 14-14 in the first quarter, but then apparently Auburn played a rookie in the second quarter, and he just went off. So interesting. I said rookie, freshman. They played a
freshman, the quarterback.
Yeah, apparently that changed the complexion of the whole game. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but that's what I saw. Kennesaw State. This is a good win for them. 8-3, 6-1 in Conference USA. They really needed that in order to get to the championship. Let's see here. I'm going to skip through a bunch of these.
Yeah, skip through. Louisiana Tech Bulldogs win.
You get a bowl game. Yes,
bowl eligible.
Bowl eligible, yes.
Hope to see him at Independence Stadium, I hope.
South Florida gets a win. They're slim hopes at this point. Iowa gets a win over Michigan State. This was a decent game. Michigan had to get 13 points in the fourth quarter. Duke gets their bowl eligibility. They got like the longest odds to get to the ACC, but I think there's technically still a chance. But yeah.
Is Bill Belichick not going to be in a bowl game his first year?
He's not going to be in a bowl game. Yes.
Wow.
7.
Wow.
Jacksonville State needed a win to clinch, I think, this week, but they did not. FIU gets the win over Jacksonville State. So, it makes it a little more interesting for Jacksonville State next week. Southern Miss drops one in Sunbelt as well, which leads to a nice scenario, which we'll see in a second. Okay. UTSA, East Carolina.
What happened to you?
There you go. UTSA, man, they have some good wins. They beat the shit out of Tulane earlier this season, and now they just beat the crap out of East Carolina. They're playing spoilers right now.
What is that acronym? What state is that?
That's University of Texas, San Antonio.
Really? Okay. All right. The Roadrunners? Is that what they are?
Yeah, the Roadrunners. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
They've been okay. They've kind of struggled since they moved to the American, but they've been an okay team. I think the McCowan kid is there.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken. UCF gets the win. They're playing for a bowl game next week, but they got a pretty tough opponent. Troy still trying to get into the Sun Belt. They get a win. Let's see here. UL Monroe unfortunately loses.
Bummer. Sorry. Louisiana
Texas
team
State
loses.
trying to get that bowl game. Penn State trying to get a bowl. Wins over Nebraska. Pretty bad.
Wow, it's gone bad for them.
New Mexico still in the Mountain West. They get a win. Let's see. North Texas gets the win over Rice. They fell down early, but then just came back with a vengeance and never let up. Western Kentucky gave LSU a hard time last night.
I was fixing to say, I was watching some of the beginning of that game, and they were up 3-0 early, and God, the Tigers kept going 3 and out. I was like, what in the hell is going on here?
I watched the end of it. Kentucky got a late fumble return for a touchdown late to make it interesting, but they couldn't get the ball back again to score. Got it. Washington not having a bad season, 8-3. They're going to win. Let's see. Utah State, this was kind of an upset. Utah State over Fresno State. Kind of knocked them out of the Mountain West there. That was a late game. And then the top team in the Mountain West is San Diego State. So that's pretty much it for that. I'm not going to show the schedule quite yet.
No.
Because I do it a little different format now for the last couple weeks. So first we'll cover last week's CFP. So a couple things to note here.
Miami won, so they're going to stay.
Well, no. So Miami is only on there because they're not going to be there. Because they're the least likely of the ACC right now to make the ACC championship.
Okay.
They're only there because they're the highest ranking ACC. It's actually going to be either Pittsburgh or SMU or Virginia.
Wow.
More like Virginia and SMU are the highest likely right now. They're literally only there because they're the highest ranking.
Okay.
But it's not going to be them. That was my note for this.
Okay.
They just happen, they're a placeholder right now.
Okay.
They do not have that spot. They're actually ranked 13th right now. They need to get an at-large is their most likely scenario, which that's going to be tough to do, especially without at least a conference appearance. Win they would obviously be in, but they're probably not even going to get that. So, but
what's funny is they beat the team that's up there with Oklahoma.
Right. Yeah. And
Ugh.
that's the contention that a lot of people are having. Right now.
Ugh.
That's the drama of this one. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, not much changed in the week. A lot of this is going to be pretty much the same. Maybe so, I don't know if they're going to flip anybody. Personally, I would flip all the SEC teams because of the shitty freaking one that they, except for Oklahoma. Oklahoma was the only one that played an actual team this week. You know, yeah.
Well, if you
Ole
look
Miss
at their
got-
schedule, we talked about it earlier. They were going to have to run a gauntlet down the stretch. So yeah.
But yeah, so that was the plan. We'll see what the next ones are on Tuesday night.
Yep.
So now just kind of looking at what
Last
CFP
week's
rankings
comparison.
were. Yeah, which was compared to mine. And this will look a lot more similar this coming week because we finally have in the rankings, not here, but in the this current week's updated rankings, all teams have played 11 games.
Okay.
So
That'll be good to see.
That's where you'll see a lot of more of this closer to the same of the CFP rankings than mine is, because you can see Indiana top, Texas A&M, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's go look at that. The hell with this.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got for next.
So here
Yeah.
you can see where Ohio State takes the mantle. You know, they didn't play a great team, but they did win.
Yeah.
Indiana didn't play this week. Texas A&M played a crappy team, so they get no points this week. I do not give teams points for beating an FCS team. I do not.
You're going to get hurt if you continue to schedule these preseason games late in the season. Boys
I'll
and girls,
give
in the
them
knock
wins
system
for a group of 5 wins. I'll give them
on the knock list.
But yeah, so you're just not going to get any points if you do that. So Texas A&M dropped a few spots. That's got to be. Let me do that on the fly. There you go, down one. That's good. Georgia, no real change there. Ole Miss, mainly because Texas Tech didn't play this week. That's why they dropped down a couple.
Okay.
But Ole Miss and Notre Dame, jumped up. Oregon jumped up a couple. Oklahoma. No real change there, and then but they did get over Alabama.
Well, we should be over Alabama. We beat them.
Nah, whatever.
I don't care what your system says. I still believe in the head-to-head. That's why I question Notre Dame and Miami.
Yep. So
you are what you are.
They did get this, but So you can kind of see it's a little bit closer to what the CFP rankings are now. As you can see, all teams have played 11 teams. Everybody will be playing next week.
Yep.
For the most part, there are a couple teams out there like UConn.
The last week of the season next week, isn't it?
Yeah, there are some teams that are actually finished with their season. But yeah, Miami in mine they're at 11.
Excuse me. Let me clarify for folks. It's the last game of the season, the regular season, and then the next week is the Army-Navy game. So yeah, that's the open week, and then we start the playoff and all the good stuff. So yeah, okay, go ahead.
Let's see here. Just want to take a look. USC obviously fell. They lost, but they didn't lose to they lost to Oregon, so it's not the worst loss. Virginia, I don't think they didn't play, so that's why they went down. Pittsburgh got a nice jump because of their win over Georgia Tech. So that's why they jumped up quite a bit. I believe they're going to get ranked this week in the CFP for sure for that win. Let's see here. Georgia Tech obviously goes down a lot because they lose. Tulane, unfortunately goes down mainly because of by virtue of, they don't get that many impressive wins. So they would continue to fall. And then, of course, Washington has jumped into the rankings for all that.
Keely Chow still hurting from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
sorry, bro.
Indeed.
Sorry.
So not many crazy changes this week, but we finally have 11 games. So next week we'll definitely see a little bit more. When I show the CFP rankings versus my knock list, you'll see them a lot more closer than it's been in the past, since we finally have the full slate of games for all the teams there. Take a look quick at the group of 5. It's really between the 3 teams: Tulane, North Texas, and JMU. That's really what it is. I'm messing with this too much. So yeah, honestly, I don't know how this is going to shake out. Right now, the CFP committee has Tulane up there. I don't know how much respect they're going to give to JMU after that. I think, depending on what Tulane does in the American. They still got to win the American. They have to actually win it. So I think JMU has the best chance to win their conference. Yeah, that's not
Who they got
be.
next week?
So Ohio State
Big
has
game
Michigan.
there.
Yep,
Yes.
at Michigan. Indiana, they got Purdue. So
Okay.
I just don't see them losing that one.
I don't see that one.
And then Texas A&M has at Texas. They're at Texas. So both of these are road games for them. So, I mean, that's...
Wow. You mean I really I actually have a reason to root for the Longhorns? Wow.
Sure.
That's impressive. That's most impressive. Yes.
Okay, so this is where I want to show the games to watch for this next week. I'll start with the group of 5. Navy is at Memphis. Now you can see here that North Texas and Tulane not playing the hardest teams. So
No.
Tulane just beat Temple. Charlotte's not very good. And unfortunately, Navy has at Memphis, who is lost too many games, unfortunately, in American to be in the race. So they're going to play spoiler. They're going to try to. Last time these two teams played, I think it was like 50-49 or something like that. It was
wow.
It was a
shootout.
So we may get that again. Navy's not playing around. So I think the likeliest scenario is going to be North Texas and Tulane. I don't know what happens if there's a 3-way tie. Each conference does things differently. Some flip a coin. Some do rock, paper, scissors. Some do
it's
algorithms.
ridiculous.
So
some of these
I'm not going to go over a crazy amount with the scenarios just because I don't know how all the conferences do. I know some of them do it. So I'll explain those. But CUSA, this one's pretty simple. You know, Kennesaw State needs to win at Liberty. Liberty's not that great this year. However, Jacksonville and Western Kentucky play each other. They play each other. That makes it super simple.
Yeah, it does.
Kennesaw State wins, they're in. If one of these, depending on who wins this one, they're in. If Kennesaw State loses, I don't know how that scenario works out. That'll be fun to figure out if that happens. But the easiest is that we have 2 winners out of these 3. So keep it at that. In the MAC, this one's got a lot of teams. 5-2. There's 4 teams at 5-2. 2 of them play each other, so that's good. So that'll figure that self out. But that leaves the other teams at Buffalo. Western Michigan is the only one that really has its own destiny, controls its own destiny. Since they only have 1 loss, they got to play at Eastern Michigan, and then we'll just see how the others shake out from there. Ball State and Buffalo are going to try to play spoilers. So we're not really sure how that's going to shake out. In the Mountain West, San Diego and New Mexico. San Diego only one controls their destiny. If they beat New Mexico, who's also, of course, trying to stay in it, they're in. But if New Mexico wins and we get basically a 4-way tie here. Now, if I remember correctly, Mountain West does a computer algorithm that actually decides their tiebreakers.
Wow.
Which Boise State was there was a 3-way tie a couple years ago, and Boise State and I think Fresno State won out the computer. So we'll see how that goes. San Diego controls its own destiny, but we'll see how that goes. In the
Real
Sun
quick,
Belt,
want to say hi to Matt, Small Time Republic. He says, howdy. The Western Michigan coach was my baseball teammate as a kid. Very cool, man. Hey, very cool.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Western Michigan, the good old Broncos. Josh Allen was there with his wife. He got put in their little Ring of Fame or whatever. For college. So
there you go.
He was chilling out there.
Okay.
Sun Belt, you got the East, which has already been claimed by JMU. Nothing's going to change that, no matter what happens this next weekend. But of course, they're hoping for the playoffs, so they're still going to want to win.
Whoa! And then
Southern Miss and Troy. This is what I love right here. This is super simple. Whoever wins this
wins
one,
the game
Troy,
plays JMU, right? Yeah.
You get to your reward is you get to play JMU. Yes, that's your reward. So that's your Sun Belt is either going to be Southern Miss or Troy versus JMU. So nice and simple. I love it when it works out that way. Win and you're in.
That's it.
All right, so let's go to the Power 4. We're going to start with the ACC, which is all kinds of mess. Now, apparently, I don't know how their scenarios work. I read this somewhere, so I don't know if this was an article. I don't have a real way to confirm it until I see something on it later this week. But apparently, even if Pittsburgh beats Miami, if Virginia and SMU win, they're in. I'm not sure how that works. I think it's something to do with their It's some algorithm the ACC has.
Huh.
So we'll see what happens there. But Miami, in order for these two, apparently Georgia Tech has been eliminated.
Yeah.
Even though they could still, it's something with the ACC how that works. So I can't confirm that, but that's what I read.
Mhm.
But Miami needs like everyone to lose, and then they need to beat Pittsburgh in order to have a chance at the ACC title. So really, Virginia just did to beat Virginia Tech, which Virginia Tech is not that great this year. They fired their coach early on. They won a couple games, but yeah, they're not that good. And California fell off hard. So SMU, hopefully, can take care of them. So the most likely is Virginia and SMU in the ACC.
Mhm.
So in the Big 12, this one's pretty simple. Texas Tech and BYU, if they win, they're in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if Utah State and Arizona State have a chance, they need one of these two teams to really lose. So
Yep.
that's pretty much the scenario there. Win these two teams, Texas Tech and BYU, you're in. In the Big Ten, pretty simple here as well. Indiana, I think, is just pretty much a lock. If they lose to Purdue, it's going to be one of the biggest upsets since Vanderbilt and Alabama.
Come on.
So
yeah,
it's just, and I don't see Purdue.
There's a more likelihood of Michigan beating Ohio State.
Correct. So, and I believe if Michigan beats Ohio State, Oregon's in, is what I read. So interesting there. So even if Michigan wins, if Oregon beats Washington, which is not even an easy,
that's not a given. That's a rivalry game. Right
they may
there.
get ranked too. Washington. There's a lot of top 20 to 25s that lost this week, and so Washington could sneak in and be ranked. So they're that good. They're 8-3. So they have to go to Washington.
This is not the time of year to lay an egg, boys and girls.
So really, really cool seeing there. But the easiest scenario, obviously, is Indiana, Ohio State win, and they're in. So easy there. In SEC, I didn't see a scenario where Ole Miss is in, which is kind of strange. Georgia's already done in conference. Apparently, I think Alabama would have to lose in order for Georgia to have a chance. Right now, it's looking like Texas and Alabama are it. There's some weird scenarios, but it seems like if both Texas A&M and Alabama win, they're in. Now,
really?
For Alabama, that seems pretty simple, but it is the Iron Bowl. I know people want to hype the shit out of that, but Auburn sucks this year. So,
but what? Wait a minute. Are you telling me Georgia is not going to be in the championship game?
No, because Alabama would have a 7-1 record, and then because of from what I read, SEC does strength of schedule.
Wow.
And Alabama beat Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that right? I don't know.
I can't remember.
Do not know.
But either way, they're
But I'm sure Keely Chow knows. Tell us.
Yeah, right. I can't remember if they beat. I can't remember who won, Georgia or Alabama. But according to the article I read, if Alabama wins, their strength of schedule would be better than Georgia and Ole Miss. So Alabama, I guess, in the SEC, that's what matters. So it's looking like, and of course, Texas A&M having to beat Texas. What happens if Texas A&M loses and everyone else wins? I have no idea. So that maybe that's when Georgia gets in. I'm not 100% on that one. So we'll see what how that shakes up. But the likeliest at the moment is Texas A&M and Alabama. The last thing I wanted to show, and I will be done, is the bowl games, the bowl eligibility. I just kind of want to show real quick. I'm not going to go over the list of who's made the bowls. It's right here. Anyone can pause it, take a look at it later. But there are 80 slots in the bowl games for this year, and so far 70 of them have been claimed. So there are 10 spots left. And so what I got here is a list of the remaining 5 and 6 teams, in which there are 22 of them. There are 22 teams left. So 10 spots, 22 teams that can potentially be eligible if they win. Now, some things to show here. Florida State at Florida. I think they can win that. What I did on here on the right was I predicted what I think is the best prediction of who's going to win their games, because some of them have some, bad matchups. So in my predictive model, I actually only have 10 teams getting bowl eligible. So some of them, like Army has to beat UTSA. Well, UTSA just beat the crap out of East Carolina, they've also beat the crap out of Tulane. So there's probably a chance that they don't get in. Temple has to play North Texas, who is, obviously going for the college football playoff. So I don't think Temple's going to win. And then Rice has to go against South Florida, who, while their pretty much season is over, they're going to try to, they're not going to beat South Florida. Penn State and Rutgers, this one's pretty easy. Whoever wins, because they play each other. Penn State and Rutgers plays each other. And they're both the last remaining Big 10 teams that are bowl eligible. So one wins and they get the bowl.
Yeah.
Kansas State, they got Colorado. They should get in. Baylor versus Houston. Houston's not a bad team, so that's not an easy win. Kansas versus Utah. Utah obviously playing for their CFP, so I don't think they're going to win. And UCF at BYU. I don't think they're going to win. So, yeah, not a lot's going to come out of the Big 12 for bowl games. Delaware versus UTEP. There's a chance they can win that one. Buffalo versus Ohio. I don't know if they'll win that one in the MAC. And then you got the Sun Belt's got a ton of teams. I'm not going to go through that, but some of them play each other. Let's see here. And then Auburn has to beat Alabama to get bowl eligible. Mississippi State has to beat Ole Miss to get bowl eligible. I don't think they're gonna. And then Kentucky has Louisville. No. Louisville's a pretty good team.
Hated for you, Matt, but I don't think Auburn's going to beat Alabama.
And then Washington State has to beat Oregon State, which is terrible. So, according to this prediction, with 10 spots left, I think 10 teams are going to get bowl eligible, which is a perfect match.
That would be perfect. Otherwise, they're going to have some
teams are going to be left
whining
out.
Going on, a little bit of whining going on.
So that is what I got for this week. Boom.
But Matt says that Auburn is better with their interim coach. Better eat your Wheaties, Keely Chow. Eat your Wheaties.
It's the Iron Bowl. You never know what's going to happen.
It's the Iron Bowl, man.
They might kick a...
All righty. Thanks a lot for that, Knock. A lot of stuff going on in college football. It's the end of the year, and it's very... let me correct myself. Last game of the regular season is next Saturday, and then you've got championship week before the Army-Navy game, I believe. Yeah. Then it's on to the playoffs. So, okay. Thanks a lot, Knock. He's giving you all the insights. You let us know what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, the Army-Navy game, it's an expedition game. Well, it goes on their record. It doesn't count towards anything. It doesn't count towards conference.
Right.
It doesn't count. That's why Army has to win this week in order to get that 6th win against UTSA, or they don't go bowling. Gotcha.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the minor leagues of the NFL, my favorite league. And it is time to check out what's going on in that league. And we have to start with something that I have to tell you was fun to watch when I did finally get to put my eyes on it. And that is the game that happened down in Houston on Red Alert night in Houston. They hosted the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen was sacked 8 times. Even Knock, who loves offensive football, added to our text message thread, this is actually fun to watch, what they're doing to this guy. He actually was impressed with some defense. Houston showed up and showed out. Now, their offense, look, Josh Allen had several chances down the stretch, and on the last play, he threw a pick, and he didn't have to, right, Knock? I remember you put in the thread, the drag route was wide open. He didn't have to throw that ball where he did. But that's what happens.
No, he got greedy, for sure.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you hit a quarterback over and over again. They just, that ball turns into a grenade, and they start pushing. This is why it happens. Greg Williams.
Timing.
Exactly. Greg Williams, who was the defensive coordinator for the Saints when they won the Super Bowl, his whole mantra was hit the quarterback, hit him again, and when you're done with all of that, hit him again. That was his entire defensive mantra. That's why they got in trouble, right, with the whole bounty thing and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's but it works. And if you've got a team that can do that, which, I think it was just a bad matchup problem for Buffalo. They had a defense that could stop Cook, because it wasn't like they didn't try to use Cook. He had one good play, and after that they adjusted, and they didn't let him out the gate again.
Yep.
And that one play, that's one of those feast and famine plays, because if I remember correctly, they were going for it on a 4th and 1 in the middle of the field, weren't they?
Yep.
And they loaded the box, and the safety wasn't back far enough to catch him if he got out. If I remember that play correctly. Isn't that what happened when Cook scored the touchdown on that, what was it, like, it was almost 50-yard run, wasn't it?
48, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But, yeah, that's one of those feast or famine plays. You're either going to stop him, or maybe they'll get the first down, or the worst thing happened. They let him out the gate, and he was gone, and there was nobody back there to stop him. But other than that, Cook was kept in check, and look, running quarterbacks that like to play backyard football, you have to be disciplined, and these guys were. And the one time I saw them loop the end around to try to get him up the middle, he took off to the right and got a first down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't do it again after that. But if you just play contain and work towards the middle, oh my God, it was fun to watch. John, what did you think of this one?
I love that glorious negative 20-yard sack where he's running around like he's Lamar or Patrick Mahomes trying to find something open, and he's thinking, I can get away from these guys. Nope.
Nope. They were all over him, man.
Well, I mean, there's a little bias here. He does do that good, generally. He just didn't do it that day.
Right, but here's the thing.
He's made those plays. I've seen them. He's done them against my Broncos.
Right, but here's the thing. And this is true of both the guys that have been the leaders in the clubhouse every year for the MVP, other than Patrick Mahomes. Talking about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Both of them take really bad sacks sometimes. They really do. They think they can keep it alive and get something done. You know what I mean? Because they've done, to Knox's point, they've done it in the past, Yeah. But sometimes, I think after the 4th sack, if I was Josh Allen, I'd have stopped that shit by then and started getting the ball out of my hands to the drag route, and stuff like that.
Take the easier stuff.
Yes.
Don't try to keep
You've got to adjust at some point and say, hey, they got me, and he never did.
That drag route was so open, he could have easily probably gotten 15, 20 yards and gotten out of bounds.
And they had time.
Yeah.
They had a little time. So if he had thrown to the other guy, he would have been tackled instantly. The clock would have kept running, and he wouldn't have scored a touchdown most likely.
Yeah.
So the drag route in every prospect was the better, decision. His head was beat the shit out of, so he didn't see him and didn't look for it, and wanted the bigger play. And
that's it.
Instead of just doing the check down, which would have gotten him.
That's where we talked about a little thing called football IQ.
Yeah. That's my knock on him too. When he faces a good team like this defensively, his football IQ drops off, and we've seen it a few times this year. He's thrown a lot of picks this year. He's thrown a lot of them. Buffalo's going to have to get back on their horse, because that's another game down to the Patriots, and the Patriots just keep winning. So they're in danger of getting in trouble in the wild card at this point. So they've got to get back on their horse, and no doubt they're going to play better. We'll take a look at who they're playing this week, but wow, man, unbelievable. I could not believe what happened, but it was great, man. I enjoyed the hell out of watching it, man. I really did. Okay, let's look at this week's games. First up, we've got the New York Football Jets, the Jets suck, going into Baltimore, the resurgent I say Browns. Listen to me. I always say this. The Ravens. Lamar Jackson back at the helm and everything. Their defense playing better now that they've gotten some of their people back. Who is quarterbacking for the Jets? Isn't Fields out?
They're benched Fields.
Did they benched him? I thought
they benched him.
Okay.
Yeah, they benched him.
Oh wow. Okay, so who's our quarterback there in New York? Do we know?
Journeyman. Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's a journeyman.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
eventual backups.
It's going up against Baltimore and Lamar and King Henry, and I think this could be close early, but I feel like Baltimore's got this one in the bag. Knock, what do you think of this one?
No, I said it before. Oh, Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor. Wow.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are on a run. Their offense hasn't been as clean as I'd like to see it. I didn't watch them last week, but they didn't score a lot of points. But were they playing Cleveland last week? I can't remember,
sure.
but
I can look
which is a good defense. So I think that's who they were playing.
Mm-hmm. Hang on, I've got it right here. The Jets were
they did.
playing.
No, I don't care about the Jets. I'm talking about the Ravens.
Oh, okay, the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens
that was the rivalry. The old Browns,
yeah,
new Browns.
That was a bit of a rough game, but I think against the Jets they're going to look a lot better. So I see them winning pretty handily in this. I think the Ravens are on the upswing. So yeah, absolutely.
The most important thing is their defense is playing better. John, what do you think?
I am picking the team formerly known as the Browns.
Gotcha. Okay. Enough said about that one. Let's move on to the next. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Without Aaron Rodgers, thanks to our eye in the sky from Knock. It's going to be Mason Rudolph making the start on short notice, apparently, against the Chicago Bears, who just keep winning even though Caleb Williams can't get in the end zone unless he's running. Their defense is really good in Chicago. It's underrated. These guys force turnovers. They have a lot of fun playing. And Caleb Williams is improving. He's not a Superman yet, but God, that guy's got wheels, man. Wow. It's amazing what he can do when he pulls it down. I'm going to take the home team in this one, especially with no Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. What's the injury he's got, buddy?
It was his wrist. He was hurt last week.
That's right. He got hurt in the game.
Rudolph
it was his non-throwing wrist, I believe. Yeah,
yes.
His left wrist. Okay, so John, what do you think of this one?
I think the strength of that secondary of the Bears is just.
They're ball hawks, man.
Yeah, they are.
And they punch the ball out like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got to go with the Bears. I picked them up when they started doing their defense started doing so well. I picked up their defense, and they've gotten me a lot of points.
Really? Wow. Okay.
In fantasy football.
Kiddoke. Knock.
I hate switching my picks the day of because it always comes back to bite me, and it might still. But once I saw that Aaron Rodgers was out, because I had the Steelers initially, and
I was going to pick the Steelers in this one too. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I actually, when I was watching Mason Rudolph last week, especially against the Browns defense, he didn't, or not the Browns, whoever they played last week, he didn't look terrible, but you're talking about the most opportunistic defense in the league right now, and the most interceptions, I believe.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got two guys that are in the top interception leaderboard.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the Bears this week and hope that if they lose, I'm never changing my pick the day of. Because I always pick them a couple of days in advance, unless something catastrophic.
Right. Well, that's catastrophic. That's a big downgrade at quarterback, bro. Sorry.
So that's
I'll take a fucking Methuselah type Aaron Rodgers over.
Well, you
Mason
can make
Rudolph
a case about the Steelers' defense, and like I said, Rudolph didn't look terrible. So if he just manages the game and doesn't cause turnovers, where Caleb Williams can
win
turnovers.
it. I'm not saying they can't.
Yeah, so I still kind of believe in the Steelers' defense, but I just don't believe enough in their offense.
They're in Chicago.
I mean, I should take home games more into account for the most part, but
you should, because look. If that
there's an easy way to quiet
if that Philly-Detroit game showed you anything, it was that the referees want to survive going into the parking lot. Okay?
Nah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
That last call, that pass interference penalty. Come on, man. Come on, bro. They're going to get the calls in the hometown. Okay, next up, we got the New England Patriots standing alone atop the Eastern Division of the AFC, going up against the Flacco Sons. They didn't look that great last week against that resurgent Baltimore defense. I think that's going to continue this week. I'm taking the New England Patriots. John, what do you think of this one?
I picked him up in fantasy football. I'm starting him. I'm staying with Drake May.
You a Drake May guy? Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a Drake May guy.
Okay. Hey, guy has turned out to be good. Ron.
Yeah, I can't do the upset in this one. Bengals defense is just awful. I see the Flacco unfortunately getting beat up in this one. So it's tough to pick the Bengals.
There's not much to talk about on this one. Look, it's professional football. Any one of these teams can beat another one on any given Sunday, but I just don't see New England laying an egg, especially after seeing what happened to Buffalo. They're going to want to extend.
Yeah, they win this one. They're 4 games ahead.
They're 4 games ahead, and Miami's creeping up on Buffalo. I'm telling you, Buffalo needs to turn their ship around, dude. This on again, off again shit ain't going to work. I think they've gotten a little bit complacent.
I think I don't know. In spite of his wife, Haley Steinfeld, Josh Allen's been listening to too much Katy Perry. He's hot and he's cold. You know, that's my.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, next up we've got the New York Football Giants. Oh, for a team that's 2-9, I think everybody in the country's rooting for this team.
This is
man.
the best
really
2-9 team,
right?
Ever.
I mean, they're in every game. It's just it's fun to watch, man. But Jackson Dart, I believe, is he out or is he starting?
I don't know.
I don't think it makes a difference.
I want to see more Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. I mean, was everybody not watching that game last night or last week?
He was
enjoying
Jameis
Winston.
He just wants to play football, man.
He has so much fun, man. He
throws 30 for 30.
Yeah,
30 interceptions. But he has so much fun. He throws the touchdown.
They were in the game. They had a chance, and he did what you can't do. He threw that interception in the end zone. Yeah. I felt so bad for him. But anyway, they're going up against the Detroit Lions, who have their own issues here and there, but mostly that front line, which could, show up today. But I think they're going to run the ball with Montgomery and Gibbs today. I think they're going to run it down their throat, try and get that pass rush off.
I've been seeing a lot of drops from Amon St. Brown lately too.
What?
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, it's very strange. There's something not on with the Lions at the moment. But most of it stems from the offensive line, but I don't know. I'm going to take Brown.
I'm going to take the Detroit Lions. I think they're going to run the ball with the Sonic Knuckles, and they're going to get it done today.
Do some screen plays, try to make that defensive line, less aggressive.
Yeah. What you think, Knock?
I'm going with the Lions. I don't know if it's Jameis Winston. I'm going to root for him just because I like seeing him play.
Right.
He's entertainment. He's entertainment.
He is.
If the NFL if everyone believes that the NFL is an entertainment next WWE, then you got to have Jameis Winston playing because that guy's pure entertainment. You're either going to get great plays one way or the other.
I got a feeling he's going to be starting again next year somewhere.
I hope so.
Yeah.
There's way too many teams that need quarterbacks
John?
not to be playing.
Well, even though lately it seems like they've replaced Amon St. Brown with his cake. I don't know if you've seen that commercial or not. Where they make the cake. When he stood on his head in the end zone?
Okay.
Some baker made a cake of that.
Get out of here.
Life size.
Yeah, we showed that on here. The Amon St. Brown on his head cake. Yeah, we've shown that.
When I'm producing and getting stuff together, man, I probably don't. But didn't see it.
You can't. I mean, Giants. I mean, if they had Jackson Dart and Scattaboo, I would probably pick the Giants, but they don't. So I'm going Lions.
Yeah, there you go.
But they have Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
I'm not on the Jameis Winston. I'm not on that bandwagon.
But they're fun. He makes them fun to watch, man. It was fun to watch that game last week. It was. Who were they playing? I know we got it here. I was watching it. So, okay, let's see. The Minnesota Vikings heading in to play the Green Bay Packers. I don't believe in either one of these damn teams, man. I really don't.
Let down too much.
I got to go with the Packers because of the home team. Because when I can't decide, that's the way I do it. That's the way I roll. But I'm not saying Minnesota couldn't do it. I mean, since he's come back, J.J. McCarthy's been up and down. I did see him breaking him down today on NFL Network at the start, and Mooch was saying they got to work on Mooch and Kurt Warner were both saying they got to work on his mechanics and get him to stop. Apparently, he's throwing the football like Cam Newton. He's trying to throw it through a wall when he doesn't have to. He's got wide open guys that he's throwing way too hard and way too far out in front. He's got to work on his timing. He's got to work on his mechanics. But he's making the right decisions throwing the football. That's the most important thing. If they can clean up the rest of it, he might be a pretty good quarterback. But, you know, he's a work in progress. Jordan Love and his set of receivers, you know what they can do. I have to give it to the Green Bay Packers in this one. What do you think, John?
Well, I'm taking the Green Bay Packers, although I think they're short. They're running back. I think Jacobs is still out.
Yeah, he got hurt last week.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know. Green Bay's defense is better than Vikings' offense at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's definitely what I'm thinking. And Minnesota's defense has been up and down. I mean, I consider them very, very good, and I like their coach. I think he should still be the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. But, you know, when you have up and down performances, and I think it really stems from the offense. I think they really feed off their offense. If their offense is playing well and getting them rest, I think they play better. And when it doesn't happen, then, they struggle. Knock. What do you think of this
one? I'm going to go with the Packers. I don't really have a good reason. This will probably be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, it could be. But, you know, I mean, like I said, J.J. McCarthy's shown flashes. It's just he needs a lot of work. He needs a lot of polish. And he hasn't had much. We got to remember, guys, this is basically his rookie season. He's only started, 4 games? I mean, he's been injured this year, too. You know, so he's got a lot of work.
You know, the Vikings need this one to get bowl eligible. I mean, never mind.
You were so hooked on college football, man. I swear to God. Okay, next up, Indianapolis Colts at 8-2, head into Arrowhead. This is going to be a good game, man. This is going to be a good
I know who I'm rooting for.
Well, we know who you're rooting for. We're making picks here, sir. Indianapolis. Did they have a bye last week, or did they play? Okay. I was fixing to say, I didn't think we'd heard from them in a little bit. 8-2. They roll, but when they face a good defense, they can be had. Daniel Jones, though, you know, with a bye week, I don't know. We'll see what happens. The Chiefs, they're getting into desperation mode like the Buffalo Bills are. It's pretty interesting. The two teams that have been owning the frickin' conference here in the last few years are all of a sudden finding themselves playing for their playoff lives, really. Go ahead and talk about your football team, John. What do you think? I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts in this one. I think they're going to go on the road and win.
Well, I've had this one down since the beginning as not a win for us.
Okay.
If by some miracle we can shut down Jonathan Taylor,
yeah,
and we can get to Danny Dimes, yeah, we're gonna win. But I can't. Colts is arguable. Well, they are one of the best teams in football right now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm picking Colts.
Yeah, I got you, man. Ron, what do you think of this one?
We need to clip that.
Oh, well, no, he's being realistic. He's rooting for his team.
I don't think I've ever seen John pick against this Chiefs.
Yeah, but you hear how down in the mouth he is about it. Damn it.
I don't know. It's making me want to change my pick and pick the Chiefs. I don't know. No, I picked the Colts. It's funny. ESPN has a 50-50 split on picks.
It's just wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look, Kansas City's tough at home. They can win this game. They can do it.
Yeah.
But,
sure.
There's chinks in the armor, and people. And I think the biggest thing, Knock, and I'll let you get back to your thoughts. I think the biggest thing is their running game. They've got a 57-year-old man running back there. They're hurting at the running game, and it's all Mahomes now. And when that happens, they tend to not do well. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? Because don't they have the best wide receiver in the leagues? Oh, man.
I don't know about
what happened to that?
I don't know about all that.
How did they get shut down by a defense that doesn't have their defensive player of the year? I feel like that's concerning.
You know what?
I feel like that's a little concerning.
It should be concerning. I'll tell you another thing that's concerning. Kind of like Amon-Ra St. Brown dropping the ball a lot. We're seeing a lot of drops out of Travis Kelce, too.
True.
A lot. Yep.
Their backup tight end's been playing better. What was his name? Gray?
Yeah, I'd be going to 83. Gray. Yeah, no doubt. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
who you got?
I'm going to go with the Colts, but I do see where John's coming from. If they manage to stop Jonathan Taylor, Danny Dimes can make mistakes, and that's what happened against the Steelers. I think
exactly. They shut down Jonathan Taylor.
Steve Spagnuolo watched that tape and is all over that. So
Spags.
It's all going to be dependent on if they can stop Jonathan Taylor. So, but that gives Danny Dimes opportunities. Can he make it? Can he make the opportunity? He's got great receivers. He's got Pierce. He's got what's his name? Warren, the tight end.
Very underrated receiver.
And he's got Pittman. So Pittman Jr. Yep. He's got a great, really good weapons there. So I think he's going to heavily rely on his tight end one for sure. That is a star tight end. That is Kelce Jr. out there. It is a great tight end that they got, a rookie tight end.
Yep.
It's
going to be an interesting game to watch, man. I really hope I get this one. I don't think I will, but I would really like to see this one, man, because, it's at some point you hate to see these teams go down like this, but damn, man, they've been winning for so long. There's a little bit of a what do you call it? An aura around them that people kind of fear. I guarantee you, Indianapolis has been playing with crowd noise all week because that is the loudest place other than maybe Seattle in the NFL. So,
by the way, if the Chiefs win, the Broncos will be number 1 seed.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you want to root for the Chiefs today, man? I mean,
No, I would rather see the Chiefs not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, then you're all
not to mention the Chiefs have the Texans next week.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, next up. Yeah, but they own the Texans, man. That's another Arrowhead Stadium for John. What are you talking about?
Defense, though, is a lot different than it's been in the past.
I understand.
Yeah, that defense is tough. However, their offense.
The offense is horrible.
They might get Stroud back by then.
Dude, all they had to do was get a couple of first downs. They would have won that game going away the other night. They kept giving them chances, man. Okay, next up.
So good defense.
Seattle Seahawks coming off that. I'm not going to call it a brutal loss. It was brutal on Sam Darnold because he threw 4 picks in the game. But we lost by a missed field goal. Yeah. That's how good our defense is playing. That was a heavyweight game last week. I'm proud of them. I think they did well. I questioned Darnold when he's in big games against good defenses, and you saw it. He got hit and knocked around and he gave the ball away. But this is the get right game this week. We get to go to Tennessee, get right. So, anybody want to take the Titans in this one at all? With the Seahawks coming off a loss?
Apparently 2% have.
What?
I'm not part of the 2%.
Those are degenerate gamblers.
Those are 100%. Yeah, those are the odds. Those are the guys playing the odds. $10 on the Titans.
Right there. Either one of you taking Tennessee in this one? No. Okay. So we're done talking about this one. Really.
Well, it is in Tennessee. No, I'm kidding.
I just want to say, and this isn't cope or anything like that. I just want you to remember that game against the Rams, who I consider to be the best team in the NFL right now, complete team overall, we're a missed field goal away from beating them. So I'm proud of them. I really am. Okay, next up, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading into Arizona. Two teams not going anywhere, in my opinion. We've got Fabio against Jacoby Brissett, 57-year-old Jacoby Brissett. I know which quarterback I trust more. And then I put the checkbox for the home team. It's just there's something about the Cardinals, man. They find ways to lose, you know, and they don't have Marvin Harrison Jr. Meanwhile, we've got an idiot at quarterback in Jacksonville, but he's got a really good defense and a really good running game with Etienne. Damn. This is a tough one to pick, man. I'm going to go ahead and take Jacksonville on the road, but would not be surprised if the Cardinals won this. Knock, your thoughts.
No, I was really hoping you picked the Cardinals, but yeah, I'm going to go Jags.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit more faith in the Jags than you guys do, but they've been disappointing though. So
Fabio, man.
But hey, they still beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, he did, but you know. Man. Okay, John, who you got?
Jaguars.
Jaguars. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Although the Cardinals are better with.
They're better with Jacoby Brissett. Yes.
Yeah.
Is Harrison still out?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's out for the season, right? Or,
I don't know if he's out for the season, but he's out for this game.
I thought they put him on IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Let's see what's next here, boys and girls. Let me click on through here and get all the way through the games. Okay. Oh, my God. Do we have to pick this? You got your dice cam ready, buddy? Do we have to pick this game? Oh, my God.
This might be a great game. Hold on. This is a must-watch game, okay? Because, first of all, whenever you have bad teams going at it, it's usually a pretty decent game.
I believe Sanders is starting.
Sanders is starting.
Yes. Yes. He's taking every snap this week. And then we got Geno under duress. Myles Garrett is going to shove his foot so far up. You know what? I saw something today. Is he actually got a chance to break the sack record today for the entire season?
I will look right now.
Did I hear that correctly this morning?
Hang on.
He's getting close to Michael Strahan's record. Oh, my God. Because Garrett's been teeing off on people, man. Oof. That guy. Oof. He's probably going to get Defensive Player of the Year.
It's 22 and a half, right?
Yeah, I believe it's 22 and a half.
Oh,
yeah.
no. He said, God, no.
How far away is he?
He needs 7.5 sacks. So,
7.5 sacks?
He can probably get 5.
They're saying that's how bad the Raiders' line is, that he might get it to.
I don't know about all that. But, yeah, he has 15 sacks.
I think he's going to break it this year, though. I really do. I think that record's in danger. But talking it through, you know, Crosby is the only guy. But Sanders is one of these guys. He has to throw on time. I mean, if he starts that backward football shit, he's in trouble. This is gonna be a wild game to watch, man. There may be more defensive points in this game than offensive points. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. That's who I'm taking. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns.
I actually picked up the Browns defense just for the game.
Do you get points for turnovers?
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
you get points for sacks. You get points for tackles for loss, I think. It's also
it's
special
been a while
teams
since I played it, man.
It's defense and special teams. So if there's like a punt return or kick return for a touchdown, you get points for that.
Right.
But yes, every sack, which is what I'm hoping for. Sacks are like the bread and butter of defenses, really.
Gotcha.
Interceptions help, of course, but you don't get as many of those. But sacks is 1 point per sack. So you get 7 sacks. That's 7 points just by itself. And you start out at 10 points.
Wow.
So if you give up touchdowns, you lose points, obviously. But when you start out at 10 and then you get a bunch of sacks, 17 points.
I'm taking Cleveland. Yep. Now that we've talked about it, I'm taking Cleveland. Go ahead, John. Who you got? It's Arrowhead, casino.
Yeah.
You know you want to go for Caleb Williams Jr.
Nope, I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Really? How did that work out for you last week, John?
The glad for punishment.
It didn't work out for me last week, but this is different. This is a quarterback who's barely a third string quarterback.
Yes.
Finally given his due. Everybody is on his teat because of who his dad is.
Yeah.
This guy, they retired his number in college and put him up on the wall. It's like he's not
how
that
great
good.
he was.
He wasn't that great.
Well,
he's pretty good out of pocket throws.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think he's gonna throw less interceptions than the human judge machine, Geno Smith. Okay, especially with Myles Garrett shoved firmly up his butt.
I will say that the picks for this week is 56% Raiders.
Wow. Okay, I'm taking Cleveland.
Same.
I'm taking Raiders. I think Max Crosby's gonna get in that backfield and
there you
spook
go.
him.
All right.
I mean, both are going to get back there. Who's going to? Okay, so who gets more sacks in this? Max Crosby or Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett, hands down. The worst line in football is playing for the fucking Los Angeles.
Probably Myles
Raiders.
Garrett. Yeah,
or not Los Angeles, but Las Vegas Raiders.
Who's the Raiders' backup quarterback?
Oh God.
Oh shoot, McConnell?
I do not know. I think it's the same guy they've had for a couple of years.
I feel like it's McConnell.
Yeah. It is McConnell. Okay. Break the tie. Who's going to win today in Vegas, bro? Knoxter.
Oh, I said I picked up the Browns defense. I think it's going to be, I think the Browns should be. The only thing is Shadour's an unknown. As much as people want to, stipulate on what he may or may not do, he's still sort of an unknown.
Let's see how he does with a week of practice under his belt, right? He took every snap. Let's see what happens. Yeah,
he's got Jerry Jeudy. He's got Njoku. He
needs to lean on Njoku. That is one of the
two tight ends. You get the run
underrated
game going.
tight ends in football. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, next up. But that's going to be a fun game to watch. If you get a chance to watch the Cleveland Raiders game.
That's probably the one I'm going to be texting the most about.
Right. Philadelphia at 8-2 heads into Dallas, where they own the Cowboys. Cowboys coming off a big win against Vegas last week. Philly coming off that win against the Detroit Lions, helped by the refs there at the end of it. What do you think, gentlemen? Does Dallas light them up and outscore the Philadelphia Eagles? Or is that defense for real, as I believe it is? That defense is very, very good. They have probably the best defensive tackle duo in a 4-3 defense in football up front. You're not going to run on them, Dallas. You're not going to do that. So it's going to be Dak Prescott and that wide receiver core, which is pretty good.
Well, let's see if their top two receivers don't get benched for a series because they were out drinking the night before. That's what happened last week. Pickens and Lamb were partying in Las Vegas the night before, and they benched them for the first series that went 3 and out. And so,
don't think that's happening this week. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're going to hold serve and keep going. Hurts to me is probably the most level-headed guy in football as far as the quarterback position. There's not much that phases him, and he's very low-key. And the thing that's wild to me is the guy does not run fast, but his core is so strong. You have got to just wrap him up and wait till your friends arrive, man, because if you try and take him down one-on-one, he clinches and just stands steady, and you just glance off of him. It's ridiculous. He's very strong. I'm taking Philly. Who you got, John?
I am taking the Philadelphia Tush Push.
There you go, the Tush Push. Yes. John's favorite play in football. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way Cowboys are. No.
Their defense is ass. So yeah.
Even though that guy they picked up,
he's great.
he's
No
great,
doubt.
but
Who are
everybody
the pass
knows about
rushers?
him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows about him now.
You talk about Quentin Williams.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Yep. But yeah, Knock. Who you got?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to take the Cowboys?
I want to. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't make any. We've picked all the same teams so far.
I know.
I can't make any headway if we're going to pick all the same, but they're all like logical. I can't fight them picks.
They are what they are at this point in the season. You've seen enough tape.
Cowboys.
You know what's going to happen. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the Cowboys. I want to pick them because I feel like the Eagles' offense plays down to their team.
Yeah.
To whatever team they're playing.
Look, if it comes to a shootout, I'd take the Cowboys, no doubt. But I don't think
it's just the
gonna
defense that sucks for the Cowboys. So I just
sucks ass. Yeah.
I just even with the Quentin Williams, I'm sure that helps, but it doesn't make their secondary that much better.
No. And they've lost too many pieces in the secondary.
So I mean, yeah, I got to go with the Eagles just because I think it's time for them to get Barkley going too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're like I said at the beginning of the show. This is playoff time. This is
what they do with this game. Maybe not because Quentin Williams. You know, you bring a guy like that in to stop the run, right? So I don't know if that'll necessarily happen.
Shit, let's run to the outside because they don't have any pass rush. Run to the outside. Yeah. Okay, so you got Philly. All right. Next up in the late game window. Oh, boy. The Atlanta Falcons with Kirk Cousins going the rest of the way, I think, right? Isn't he out for the season, Penix?
I think so,
yeah.
It's a knee, I think, with him. And then we've got God almighty. I can't pronounce it.
Slough?
It's
Slaw?
Is it Show? It looks like it's Show, but it's pronounced something else. But anyway, he hasn't looked bad. But, you know, it's the Saints, man. They find ways to lose. I don't know. But Cousins, this is hard to pick because, you know, if it was Cousins from 2 years ago, I'd take Atlanta in 2 seconds. But have we seen anything to make us think that Kirk Cousins has turned it around and is going to start playing better?
I feel like if you're Kirk Cousins, like right now, and I'm not saying his demeanor is really giving this away, but you know the guy in the replacements, the QB that was the holdout,
yes,
that back over the line,
right?
Like he doesn't give a shit if he wins or not.
That's it. He does not want to be there. He does not want to be there.
He's like, okay, I'll play, I guess.
I could see one of these Aaron Rodgers performances when it's not going well, where he just chucks and ducks.
Throws it away, yeah, just throws it away like 2 feet over the wide receiver's head on purpose. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know the guy obviously, but I could feel like that. You know, what does it matter? He got paid, and he's probably not going to be here next year. So,
yeah.
I can't see him winning for the love of the game. That's the tough part.
It really is because that Saints quarterback has been playing better. Now, I believe that they traded one of their best wide receivers to us. The Saints did. So it's going to be Olave all the time. They've got a decent tight end. They've got Alvin Kamara. I don't know what's up with Alvin Kamara. I think it's more the line there than it is anything else, because they're getting to show a lot and.
But he used to catch the ball a lot too.
Yeah, he did. You know, a lot of screen passes. The Saints love the screen, man. They really do. You know what? I'm going to take the Saints today. I'm going to take the Saints in the dome. Yeah. Not confidently, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with the home team because I don't believe in either one of these.
Maybe my chance.
This could be your chance, man. Do you think Kirk Cousins can play well enough to beat the Saints?
I think the others on his teams can. I think you still have one of the best running backs in the league.
Yes, Robinson. They lean on him.
You still got great weapons. Drake London has been back and balling. So
the tight end that never gets thrown to.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Yep. I still have him as my tight end, and I'll never take him off, but I regret it every time.
Yeah, I've got him too.
It's just I don't understand this team. makes zero sense to me. How you can have all these wonderful pieces. And defense isn't that bad either. It's not crazy good.
Yeah,
but
it's the quarterback position. It has been for a while. Yeah, it's a shame. They waited too long last year to put Penix in. They should have played him from day one last year.
Can we blame the play calling? Is there anything with the coaching that's the issue here?
That's the thing. You have to start looking at the head coach, don't you? You've got to start looking at Raheem Morris. You really do. What is he doing there? He's got
Not
a
winning.
defense that's got pieces. He's got. You couldn't ask for better. You just listed them off. You couldn't ask for better skill players.
This is why I never like defensive coaches and head coaches.
Yeah,
these are the types of teams you get generally.
Right. Unless you get a guy like a Belichick that gives the offense to them. He doesn't takes his hands off of it and just works on the defense. And I don't think that's what's happening here. I think Raheem Morris is trying to spread himself too thin, and I think it's showing in the way they play. So you're taking Atlanta in this one, yes?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. All right, John, who you got?
Well, I was going to make a joke about getting Grandpa Kamara running. But I can't. I mean, I can still make that joke, but I think Bijan and Drake London are just going to run away with this. I think Kirk Cousins can handle it enough to do that.
Okay.
So I'm picking Atlanta.
No interceptions from Kirk Cousins today, then.
Oh no, there's going to be
saying that. Nobody's saying that, Joe. Why are you putting words in his mouth? Nobody said that.
There's going to be several, but
I'm trying to speak it into existence, Knock. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
It's not prime time. That's all that matters.
So I am for this week out on that limb all by myself. And you know what? It's feeling comfy out here. It's feeling comfy. I like the way we play in the dome, man. It gets loud down there.
You saying Highlander's not going to choose it either?
Oh, I got a feeling. I haven't seen his picks yet, but I would imagine he's probably going to pick Atlanta. He hasn't picked New Orleans all year. He has not.
I mean, he's the one that's supposed to do the long bet. So the
right. Well, right. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place today, isn't he? Doesn't want to pick the Saints, but it's the long shot today. Okay, let's see what's next. I'm definitely going to see that game this afternoon. Well, I don't know. They're both in the. Oh, this is going to be tough because they're both on Fox. Yeah, boy, some people around here are going to be pissed off today. I got a feeling they're going to show this one though. Just because the world champs are going to be on, they'll probably show that one. But we're up here in Shreveport, Bossier, Texas, is what they call us down south. We get no respect, by the way, in the state because we're so far north. Because everything's, if you look at the map, everything's down around the toe. It's down New Orleans and Baton Rouge. It's all down there around the Pontchartrain, man. So yeah. Okay. Next up. Oh, what a game tonight. Some of the luster's off this game for me, though. Because, the Buccaneers, every time they've played a decent team here lately, they're losing. And it's not because of Baker Mayfield's play, for sure, but they're giving away too many points. Their defense is folding. This should be fun to watch tonight. You know who I'm taking, guys. You know who I think the best team in football is right now. And I don't know if there's an argument, man. Their defense is playing lights out. Shit, they picked off Darnold 4 times last week. Their offense is a dynamo, and they've got the wily old veteran back there slinging it, man, from every platform you need him to sling it from. And he's throwing dimes. It's not even questioned. I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams, even though I'd love to see. I will be pulling for Baker Mayfield because I need to pull the Rams back to the pack. You know what I'm saying? For my Seahawks. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So drink some water.
Yeah.
You're sounding rough over there.
Yeah, I am starting to sound rough. I don't have anything to drink in here. That's what it is. I'm taking the Rams. John, who you got in this one?
I think Baker Mayfield, Superman cape is in the wash.
It's in the wash. Okay.
It's in the wash. So I'm picking the Rams. The Rams are just too good of a team this year.
They are. They're rolling. Yep. And Baker, there are reasons why this is happening. I mean, he's lost a Hall of Fame wide receiver for the season.
Oh yeah.
I think they get Godwin back this week though.
Who is it?
Godwin, I think, is back this week.
Godwin would be good. Is Irvin back? That's who they really need back. Is Irvin. But then again, I don't know. Can I say that? What's that kid's name? Number 44 that went off on Buffalo a couple weeks ago. He's not bad. The backup running back. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see Godwin get back. Knock, who you got in this one?
I'm going with you. I'm going the Rams. Mm-hmm. At home. I don't know much about their offense, really, except for what you say. I haven't really watched
Kyrie Williams, dude? You haven't heard of this guy?
Well, okay. I meant this season. I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
Okay.
Kyrie Williams,
you haven't watched the team. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Kyrie Williams, I know plenty of. He got me to the playoffs a couple years ago.
He's still doing it, bro. Let me tell you.
The best. He came out of nowhere, and he was one of the best waiver wire pickups I've ever had in fantasy football. That dude just went off from completely unknown to just getting like 30 points a game. It was insane.
There's Dr. Michael Jones. He says he's working this morning. Cheers, brother. And he says Rams by 7. More than that. I'm sorry. It's going to be more than that. Go ahead, Knock.
I think Baker can keep it close, especially if Godwin's back. I think he can keep it close, but I'm going to go with the Rams.
Yeah.
My running back core for this entire season has been Jonathan Taylor, Kyrie Williams, and that other Williams from Dallas.
I got you. Yeah, and he's been getting you points too, hasn't he? Woof.
Oh, yeah.
He's been one of the bright spots for them.
He's a goal line touchdown guy. So
yeah. He's good to get me some points when it looks like Kyrie Williams isn't going to do it. Depends.
Well, the Monday night game this week. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the season we were going to have this on a Monday night, I would say why. But look at it now. This is going to be a good game. Looking forward to this. Cannot say how happy I am for Bryce Young that he has turned it around, and. Maybe that's something they need to do with these young quarterbacks is bench them for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we saw what happened when they did it with Richardson. He came back playing pretty good. Of course, he got his job stolen from him by Danny Dimes during the preseason.
I don't know if that makes your point, Joe. I don't know. I don't think that makes your point at all.
Well, I'm just saying, last year he won a couple of games after he got benched. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
it refocuses him. You know what I'm saying?
Bryce Young has never walked off the field because he didn't feel like playing another snap.
No, he did not do that. No. I'm just saying maybe that's what some of these young guys need is, look, you messed up, sit down, look at some tape. We'll put the backup in.
So you're saying that quarterbacks need rookie quarterbacks need Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold to come play their team for a year and do very shitty, and then move on to other teams and play well, and then
that's it. That's it. To say, hey, I can do this. They're doing it somewhere else. I can do it.
Let's get two wily old vets that are going to do terrible for us this year.
Unbelievable, right?
They'll teach our young buck a few things, and then they'll just leave and do good.
Rookie quarterbacks need to learn humility in their first year.
That's true. They do.
Because they're coming out of college where they were like the hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to the NFL thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna be hot shit." No, you're just gonna be shit.
You're gonna be shit until you learn the game.
If your vote it's true, But anyways.
Well, listen, this game in particular. Of course, I picked the 49ers to go from wild card spot all the way, and I'm not backing off of that. That this team can do that.
Purdy's back too, right?
Yes, Purdy is back, and he went off last week. Yeah. So the offense is clicking. The defense, that's my concern right now, especially with Warner gone for the season. That really hurt. That is the worst blow. It's worse than the Bosa blow. Okay, that guy is a Hall of Fame middle linebacker, and not having him has really hurt this defense. But I trust that the guy, it's escaping me. What's his name?
Saleh.
Robert Saleh. I think he can scheme to stop these guys. Main thing is stopping their running back, Dowdle. You got to stop him, and then I think the back end can hold up. We'll see what happens, man.
You know,
it's going to be a good game, but I'm taking San Francisco in this one. Go ahead, Knott.
The 49ers remind me. You remember when Green Bay won the Super Bowl?
You talking about the last time with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That defense was the most patchwork defense known to man.
It was.
It was so beat the shit up.
The only guy I remember was the big bowling ball defensive tackle with the fucking dark visor. I can't remember his damn name now, but you know who I'm talking about. He was a monster.
Haji.
Was it Haji? No.
No, Raji.
Haji?
Raji.
Okay. Raji.
Yeah, love that guy.
Well, he's in one of those big man rumbling, tumbling touchdowns.
Yes. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. This is kind of what it reminds me of, and this is why Joe loves Saleh so much, because he's taking pieces and it's scheme, not necessarily talent.
Yep.
And that's just kind of what this defense reminds me of. It's just a broken team, but they're still finding ways and that's honestly just kind of like the Broncos too with Vance Joseph, what they're doing there.
Yep.
With even without their defensive, player of the year, they're still making great plays on defense where the schemes work.
Yep.
They can.
So you got them in this one?
I'm going to take the four. I'm rooting for the Panthers.
Yeah, I am too. I want the 49ers off my ass. They're only one game behind us. We'll lose another one on the tunnel.
But I think the 40. Now, one thing we haven't talked about. I'll wait till after John makes his pick. But there's something else I want to talk about before.
Okay, sure. Go, John.
I was gonna pick the Panthers, just to be contrary, but look how that happened. Yeah.
Last Monday night, the Raiders pick didn't work out too well. What happened to your Raiders last time? There, Dr. Jones. What happened? By the way, Dr. Jones' Swami pick this week is this one. He says Carolina by 14.
John. You got.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. They've just got too much talent in the 49ers.
Do they though? Do they though?
Do they? Because you know what? I got a feeling if they lose Christian McCaffrey in the first quarter of this game,
oh yeah, it's over.
Brock Purdy throws 5 picks. I'm just saying.
And since John made this pick, my other thing was they released Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Yep.
They let him go.
Well, they've had a nasty falling out.
But he's injured, so I mean he's supposed to be rehabbing, so he wasn't going to play anyway.
Yeah,
right.
Still.
But still, there's certain things he's supposed to be doing, and
he wasn't going to meetings, he wasn't doing anything.
Well, you know what? It may be a good thing for the locker room.
Yeah,
that they're letting him go, because it sounds like they got a cancer situation there. You know what I mean? So, if you remember at the beginning of the season, he was talking about holding out and all this shit. So,
And then he got paid.
Dr. Jones says, so did the undefeated Patriots. Oh yeah, well, true. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so that is it for the picks this week. We have to look forward to Thanksgiving, boys and girls. That's right, it is upon us. This is the one John Madden said the playoffs actually started, was Thanksgiving. This is when you started wondering who was going and where. Let's go ahead and take a look at next week's Thursday night games.
It's turducken season. We got 3 games on friggin' Thanksgiving. We've got, of course, always in the early window, and it's always a little bit earlier. They're starting at, actually, no, it looks like they're kicking off at noon. Yeah. Weird. Yeah.
It's always at noon.
They usually start at 11:30, I thought. Maybe it's just all the pregame stuff, though.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. Big one in division, man. And we're not picking today, but no. I really hope the Lions beat the shit out of that team. I have no love for the Green Bay Packers, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't. I don't hate them. I don't loathe them. They're kind of like Notre Dame to me. They seem soft to me, and they just, I just don't. I don't believe in them ever. I just don't.
By the way, that's 1 Eastern for you Eastern folks.
Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah, these times are all Central. Now, they are starting a half an hour later than usual in Dallas because they want you to be able to see all of both games. The Chiefs, the Dallas Texans will be heading in to play the Dallas Cowboys. And I really hope they play. I really hope they wear their Dallas Texans uniforms. You think they will? That would be cool if they did. Man, come on. They got to wear them. I'd love to see them wear their ass out right there. That would be awesome.
Because those Dallas Texan uniforms, the throwbacks, they're home team. They're home uniforms.
Oh, they're only home uniforms? They don't wear them away? Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks. That would be cool, though. I'd love it.
Unless they bought some,
well, they got these rivalry uniforms and stuff. Maybe.
Yeah, but we're supposed to get our rivalry. I think next year's when we get ours.
Okay, all right.
Because they're doing like so many teams.
That's going to be a fun game to watch, man. Take the over in that one. I don't know, man. The Chiefs' defense just isn't what it used to be. But then again, kind of like Robert Saleh in San Francisco, if anybody can friggin' scheme up against a team, it's Spags. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then we've got the Bengals-Ravens. Early in the season, this really seemed like it was going to be a game that was going to matter down the stretch. And, depending on what happens today, they could be a game apart when this starts. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to see another one of those.
But you got Flacco going against his former team. So.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. That will be fun to see.
And the Ravens defense, while improving, they're not that great still. No. So we could have a shootout.
That could be a shootout too. Yeah, that would be cool.
I've got to say this. I have been waiting for this game, the middle game, for years. Cowboys versus Indians on Thanksgiving.
Yes. Well, they used to have, when it was the Redskins.
I feel like the Redskins and Cowboys have played on Thanksgiving.
They did.
Yeah, they have. They have, but it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Even when they were still the Redskins, they didn't play them a lot on Thanksgiving. It was usually if they played in division, it was usually the Giants on Thanksgiving that they'd play.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since they played Washington.
I've been waiting for Cowboys to play Chiefs on Thanksgiving for a long time. So
it should be cool. Should be a lot of fun, man. Yeah. Get to enjoy your entire Thanksgiving weekend after that game's over with. The pressure will be off. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, it's a great weekend for me. I'm just gonna get to enjoy football this weekend. Broncos are on a bye. It's great.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for that. Anything? We got to hit the stats, right?
No. Friday. We got a Friday game.
Oh, do we have a Friday game?
Yeah, it's a Friday game.
Oh, okay.
Bears and
Eagles. Wow, man. I look at this and I just can't believe what I'm seeing, dude. 7-3. The Bears are 7-3.
Because of their defense.
We know that.
Hey. Their offense has some weapons on it.
The guy I like on their offense is Swift.
And they're scoring more points than the other team. So
I like Swift a lot because he used to play in Detroit, man. Before Sonic and Knuckles, he was their running back, And so I like him. Let's see. That should be a fun game right there. The question is Caleb Williams going to finish that game alive? Because we know, he likes to play some backyard ball too, and the Eagles will beat him up if he starts doing that shit.
Caleb Williams is the definition of inconsistent.
Yes, he is. Here's what sucks is when he shows the flashes. That friggin' run for a touchdown he made. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago, where he got the edge and went right up the sideline? I had no idea he was that fast. It was ridiculous, man.
No, he's running for his life.
Yeah, I know. But he got there, man. Eating playoffs. That's right. Eating playoffs. That's
Bears
right.
by 100.
Bears by 100. Okay, so let's get to the stats, shall we? Let's see. I got to see where I've got it here. There it is. Yeah. What's going on with the stats, buddy boy? Where'd he go?
So here you can see Drake May in the lead in passing.
Yep.
There's Josh Allen. Now, I think this is because he's got an extra game now.
Well, it's not only that. He's playing from behind a lot this year. Yeah.
And Justin Herbert I love seeing them lose. I have them on my fantasy
My
team.
God, that team right there, their
Good
offensive
points,
line has gone to shit. He is getting beat up.
Yeah, losing an all-pro guard will do that to you. Danny Dimes, of course.
Danny Dimes! I still can't believe that guy's still in the top 5 in passing. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that
man.
Crazy.
Killing it. It. And then the tackles, of course, you still got Bobby Wagner in there. Old man Wagner. Top 5.
Yep.
What is he?
Yeah, a lot of these teams,
7 or something.
Tackles, 57 years old. 57 years old.
Tackles I don't take into consideration as much because a lot of times when you're getting a lot of tackles, it's because your offense.
It's because your offense is not on the field a lot. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have. It's not necessarily the best.
It's not.
Because the only one that even is on a winning
team. The worst is when your safeties are leading the team in tackling. That is not good at all.
Or cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And then of course rushing, you got Jonathan Taylor.
Dr. Jones says, Jonathan Taylor's on another planet. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, James Cook, if they just hand him the ball, might be ahead of him.
Yep. They need to play him more in the passing game too. You can't just blame it on not being able to run.
Yep.
Because he can do the ball. He can do anything.
Look at Achane creeping up on 1,000 yards, man. Dolphins have turned around the last few weeks, man.
And Donald didn't even start. That's the crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
And look, there's Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams in there.
Probably having a good season as well. Unless he gets hurt, he's definitely going to break 1,000. So good for him.
Myles Garrett.
Brian Burns for the Giants. Brian Burns, he's chasing it as well.
He's chasing it too.
He's going to want to get some of that today.
Hey, look,
in Houston.
Benito.
Oh yeah, Nick Benito. And now he's slowed down because he was in the lead a month ago. But unfortunately, everyone else on Denver has been getting sacks basically.
Those two guys from Houston, what a show they put on freaking Thursday night. If you guys have not watched that game, go watch it on NFL Network. It's awesome. Yeah. They put on a show.
Yeah,
they really did.
Jonathan Cooper. But so pretty much the best defenses are going to be on here. Which is now you got Bryce Young. I know you like your LA guys.
Byron Young, man. Yeah.
Mike Parsons.
And I don't even think he's the best friggin' pass rusher they have.
Yeah.
That guy, what is his name? It's not Curse, is it? No, Verse. That dude is a beast. Wow.
Yeah. And then here we got your man, Smith and Jigba.
He's number 1. Still number 1.
Number 1.
Going off. And we're going to go off today. Against the Titans, let me tell you.
Now, this is
going to get a lot
crazy.
more today.
This right here, 3 of the top 5 in interceptions is Chicago.
Yeah.
They are crazy.
They are opportunities.
That's why they're winning. The offense is on the field all the time because of those guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Gives them plenty of chances.
Something else. Yep.
There you go.
All right. Anything else you guys want to cover before we get out of here?
Not today, but we might need to start here soon looking at the playoff predictor.
I think we can. They probably have a playoff picture right here, I believe. Let me go ahead and we can look at this one, and then you can start pulling up that one here in a week or two.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be right now. I think the playoff machine, which is always fun to look at.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, look at some of the episodes from late in the seasons, the previous seasons we've had of the show. It's a playoff predictor that I think ESPN has. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's ESPN playoff machine.
Yeah. But if it started today, boys and girls, the Broncos and Eagles would be the number 1 seed in each conference. Unbelievable. Well, the Eagles are believable because they're the champs, but the Broncos being number 1, didn't see that coming. That wasn't on my bingo card at all. The Patriots, the 2 seed, they would face the Jaguars in the first round.
Are you going to share it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Thank you.
You guys should see this.
Appreciate it. You guys should see this. Yeah. Broncos and Eagles, number 1 seeds. Number 2 seed, Patriots would face the Jaguars at this point. And it would be the Colts versus the Bills. Wow. That would be a great game. And then you'd have the Steelers and the Chargers in the first round. That would be ugly. God. If it was played today, that would be an ugly game, right?
Yeah, I would not want to watch that
With
game.
no Rodgers? Oh, God. Over here in the NFC, it would be the Rams, who I think are better than the Eagles right now, really. Facing off against the 49ers. Oh, man. First round. Oh, God. That would be bad for the 49ers. My pick might get blown up right there. Then we'd have the Bears hosting the Packers. What?
Oh, shit.
What the hell?
Changing of the card.
And then we'd have the 76 Expansion Bowl, Baker Mayfield against the Seahawks Part 2. Could he do it again? And it would be in Buccaneer land again too. So yeah.
How's our bubble looking?
The bubble, let's go down to the bubble. Let's take a look. On the bubble.
Wow.
Leaders in the clubhouse on the bubble are the Texans. You need that game next week, buddy. Woof. You need that one. Wow.
We need all of them.
The Ravens, the Dolphins are in the mix? What? Get out of here.
Well, they just haven't been eliminated yet.
I think they're they're giving these guys.
I think it's Texans, Chiefs, and Ravens.
But who'd have thunk the Lions wouldn't be in the playoff picture? That's amazing. That tells you how strong the NFC is this year, man. They've got some really good teams in the NFC.
It's too much going for it on fourth down. That's what's
I
going
know,
on.
and you know I don't like that at all. The Panthers are in the mix. The Cowboys are still alive, yeah, but whoa, what a drop off after the Panthers, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yep. All right, so this is what they're playing for, boys and girls.
Yeah, I feel like the NFC is more top heavy.
They are top heavy.
Yeah, they are.
There's a serious drop off after the Panthers. You got the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the Cardinals are still in it. I mean, come on, man. These teams have been losing all year. But then again, look over here. It's the same case over here. The Ravens. Nobody is writing off the Chiefs or the Ravens at this point because they could go on a run. We've seen them do it before.
They could still go 11-5.
Yeah. So, but do we see 11-5 out of the Panthers?
No, you mean 11-6.
Or no, I mean 11-5. They've only lost 5 football games. They're 6-5.
Well, there's an extra game. I'm sorry.
There's an extra game this year.
12-5. Is that right?
Yeah, 12-5. Okay. Yeah.
I'm thinking like it's 16 games. Yeah. Do we really think they're going to reel off 6 wins in a row? The Panthers.
No.
Did I even pick them?
Yeah,
today?
there's still a lot of NFL season to go.
There's
it
a
might be
whole
almost
lot
done
of
with
season
college,
left.
but NFL still got.
And here's my thing: are the Rams peaking too soon? Because they could get some injuries and be on the way down. Meanwhile, the 49ers are getting their people back after being injured early in the season, right? And they're getting the cancer out of the locker room. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of football left in this season, guys. A lot of football.
You can say the same thing about the Bears,
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
I'm going to say this. Mahomes plays his best football in December and January.
Yes, he does. He does. But you know what? Patrick Mahomes is not the reason why they're losing football games, bro.
No, it's not.
It's the drop-off on the defense and your running game.
Yep,
that's what's going on. Yep. Let's see. Dr. Michael Jones says Michigan upsets Ohio State University next week. Late, but my college football upset of the week. Okay, man. That's cool. And it could happen. We talked about that. It could happen. But, yeah, we've got a lot of season left, and that's why John Madden always said it, man. He said this is when the playoffs start. It's Thanksgiving. That's when it starts.
I'm pissed off at Veach right now. There's a perfectly good running back that's just sitting there.
What is it now?
The guy that they waived from the Texans.
Uh-huh.
Because they've,
Who?
He's out there.
I'm not getting the connection.
Pierce.
He's a running back named Pierce. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
We bring in. While
they need to do something at the running back position. I mean, Chubb is a good running back, but he's 57 years old. So, shit. You've got to get some people in there.
That's fine. But that's why Veach, he did make a move. They tried. They tried to get what's-his-face. But
what's his face? That's a good running back.
John, we can't read your mind here, bro. We need you to...
I forgot his name. The guy everybody was saying that needed to go to the Chiefs.
Nobody
running back.
Nobody ever says anybody needs to go to the Chiefs.
That's what people in Missouri talk about, not the rest of the world.
That's a you thing. I've seen articles of people wanting the Broncos pick up Odell Beckham because he can play again.
That's the weakness of your football team, dude. It's your wide receiving core. They suck. They do. I mean, Sutton is the only guy on that team that's even worth a shit.
I like Mims Jr. A lot. This was his first game back. But
Mims Jr. is better on special teams.
Well, he has that kind of like Deebo Samuel rule with us.
Yeah.
The jet passes and the screens and stuff like that.
Dr. Jones, I could see your defense carrying you that far because your division is not as strong as it was last year. And you play a lot of division games. So, yeah, I could see that happening. I definitely could. There's a world where the Chicago Bears could win the division this year. There definitely is. They're leading it right now. All they have to do is hold serve. That's all they got to do. Yep. It's amazing. It's fun to watch, man. And like I said, for my Seahawks, I thought we were going to lose that game. I was really picking, to try and get one up. Maybe they could pull it off, but it went the way I expected. I mean, the Rams are peaking right now, and that's my question: are they peaking too soon, or will they continue this? Will they just roll? I mean, that team is something else, dude. You watch. The next time you get a chance to watch him, buddy, watch him. I think they're in prime time tonight, so it's the only game. You'll get a good look at them tonight, buddy.
Breece Hall,
yeah. Yeah, they should. Somebody should. Well, the Jets, they have to want to get rid of him, right?
Well, the thing is, though, they wanted a third round, and Veach only offered a fourth round. And I'm like, why didn't you offer a third round?
Just give him a third rounder.
Yeah. But that's why I'm pissed off at Veach, because
You should be pissed off at Veach. Because that guy, he's a bright spot on the Jets team. Yeah. Okie doke. Anything else for this week, guys?
I wouldn't have liked that because if Breece Hall went to them, I'd have to sit Breece Hall. And I don't want to do that. He's one of my better running backs. So
I hear you, man. All right. Anything else for this week, guys?
No, I think good.
Okay. Well, listen. It's good to see all you guys, and thank you very much for being here. Thanks for being here, Knock and John and Dr. Jones. We will see you the next time you're not working. Let me let you guys know what's going on with the channel. Of course, John, is there anything you want to push that I'm not already going to push?
No.
Okay. All right. You guys know you're watching NFL Pregame Party. It's Thanksgiving week, and we will be covering everything Thanksgiving next week as well. On Sunday, we'll give you the wrap-up of it. I think I call it Thanksgiving Fallout is what I call it. So we'll have everything college and pros for you next week at 10 a.m. Central Time. Don't forget, later on tonight, it's the Brothers Hack the Matrix at 6 p.m. Central Time. Everything you need to know about the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines. The Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Then it's off to Pop Culture Minefields channel at 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. We're going to actually watch Tell It to the Marines on one channel and then talk about it on YouTube. So you guys come check out Tell It to the Marines Reloaded on Military Monday tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. Then at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's time for It's Only Talk and Roll. And we are going to be talking about The Last Starfighter this time around, guys. If you guys have never seen The Last Starfighter, come check it out as we talk about it on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. It's a great movie from the 80s, science fiction movie. Knock, if you haven't seen this, you need to watch it. I know you love sci-fi. It is fantastic. It's a really great movie. We're going to talk about it tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, it's time for Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. And it's the last Monday of the month, so we'll be playing DC Universe Online. Lunatic should be with us, and Knox said he might stop by if he's not busy. So you guys come check it out as we play DC Universe Online tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And then Wednesday, it's time for another great movie on Wednesday afternoon matinee on Pop Culture Minefields channel. Gary, Anima, Martin, and myself will be talking about something. I don't know which movie it is, but we'll be talking about it at 3 p.m. Central Time over on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And that leads up to State of the Atmosphere at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, where we will continue to break down the top game. Well, actually, not the top. All of the games that are in the Video Game Hall of Fame, right, Doc? It's all of them that's on that list, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll be doing the pop culture news and let you know what's going on with Sydney Sweeney. All of that at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then, of course, it's time for Sketching the Privateer on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, where you get to see me work on the comic book. So come check that out at 1 p.m. Central Time on my channel. Fallout is done over there on Pop Culture Minefields channel. They're not going to have a show this week. John wrapped it up this week. And when they come back on, I believe it's December 5th. Is that correct? Yep. December 5th, they're going to be playing Baldur's Gate. The same game that Brian plays every once in a while when he's not playing. But you want to go over to Pop Culture Minefields channel starting December 5th at 8 p.m. Central Time to watch not only John, but Knock and Martin play Baldur's Gate together. So that should be a lot of fun. I have not, with no mods, yes.
No mods?
No mods, I said. Anyway, you guys come check that out on the 5th of December at 8 p.m. Central Time. And that brings us back around to NFL Pregame Party on Sunday. So, for myself, the Knoxter, and John Das Wolfen, let's check in with the chat one more time. Looks like we're all done there. So until we see you again, boys and girls, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.